Hi everyone, I'm Ep.9. Welcome back to Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles. Let's move on. After the storm.
It appears that Lieutenant Gunther's plan worked. An impressive start, soldier.
Thank you, Captain.
The kid's crazy. Drove a damn tank right into the stinking river.
Yeah, and I can't believe it worked. I'm still in shock.
All right, you two. Now hold up your side of the bargain and you listen to Welkin.
Yeah.
The kid might got the chops to command, but that don't mean I gotta like any dark hairs.
Hey, come on! It's okay, Alicia. I'm used to it by now. But I hope... I know the day will come when Darksons can join society as equals.
Hey! Hope I'm not interrupting anything. It's me again, reporting for GBS. Lieutenant Gunther, that was quite an impressive result on your first mission.
Yes, thanks to the squad's hard work, we managed to take back the Great Vassal Bridge.
Any impressions on things to come now that you've gotten your first taste of victory?
Impressions? Well, let's see. Bridges are important. They link the roads that bring people what they need. I'd like to become a sort of bridge, linking my crew together. I think that's my new goal.
How awesome is Welkin? Isn't that a great analogy that he made there? It's just the things like that that I really like about Welkin's character. It speaks really well for him, and I just really enjoy his character. A parting wish.
Sorry, this is about all I can do. But maybe, once everybody returns, they'll see a couple of lion's paws blooming, and it'll start to feel like home again.
Hey, Alicia! We're heading out soon.
Okay, I'll be right there. Well, flowers, do your stuff.
Chapter 5. The Cloden Wildwood.
Alright, now while we could start Chapter 5, the Cloden Wildwood, I'm actually going to take this time to show off a few of the skirmish maps. We kind of reached a good point in the story. Largo and Rosie are on board. They may not like it too much, but you can see that their tone has changed a little bit. Maybe Welkin can continue to, like you said, be that bridge. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a couple of skirmishes, and we're also going to see...
Report. Ellet embedded.
Let the interviews begin as we learn a little bit more about Ellet. Miss Ellet, who I really like. I like her gung-ho attitude for being a reporter. I also really like her hat. But mainly the being the top-notch reporter that she is. So we're going to watch these Ellet Embedded episodes, and then I'm going to do the skirmishes. I want to show off all the skirmishes at least once. If I do any additional runs of the skirmishes off screen, I'll let you know how many I did, and then we'll spin the EXP and stuff. Sound good? And like I said, let the interviews begin!
Squad 7 of Regiment 3. My first impression Good. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, squad leader. Next in command, Sergeant Alicia Melchiot. That lieutenant looks softer than I'd expect for the son of the late General Gunther. And her hometown is Brule, same as Gunther. Could be childhood friends. But if I'm lucky, they were childhood sweethearts. We'll just have to find out how close they are. Next on the list, Sergeant Largo Potter and Corporal Bridget Stark. Oh wait, that's right. Stark had a nickname. Gotta jot that down. Goes by Rosie. There. Looks like those two don't trust Gunther much yet. That could be good. Could be really good. Who does that leave? Right, the tank pilot, Corporal Isara Gunther. Huh, she's the lieutenant's sister. Now that's strange. She looks dark-skinned to me. Wonder how that comes into the picture. You couldn't ask for a more colorful crew than that, could you? Something tells me these guys are different than the usual troop somehow. Maybe my keen journalistic instincts? Well then... the truth's not gonna uncover itself. Here I come, ready or not.
You get him, Miss Ellet. I love that episode. It just really could be her keen journalistic instincts. Maybe she's onto something. And we definitely have a colorful crew as a Squad 7, that's for sure. But it's she's really a reporter. She trusts her instincts, she smells a good story, and she's going to do everything she can to, uncover the truth, which is what journalists should do. First up, she's going to interview Largo and Rosie. Now remember when this takes place. This takes place before Operation Cloudburst. Keep that in mind.
There's Sergeant Potter, and Corporal Stark with him. Hey, guys! Mind if I ask a few questions? It'll only take a second.
What? Like an interview? What do you want to go interviewing us for?
Aw, come on, big guy. I bet we'd make better topics than some rich kid.
Wonderful. Let's start with you then, Largo. You fought in the First European War, right?
Yeah, I've been a soldier ever since, too. I'm what you'd call a seasoned warrior, see?
And why did you choose to stay in the Force? Most people try to avoid the soldiering life.
It's an honest living, plus I got my reasons. Besides, I ain't the only one. Look at Elle.
Elle? Who's Elle?
If I had to guess, I'd say Eleanor Virat. Captain Virat, that is. 3rd Regiment. It seems you've got quite a history with her. Care to fill in some details for us?
There ain't no details. Is this the trash you want to write about? Look, I'm a busy guy. I'm out of here.
Hey, Largo, wait up!
Oh, just let him go. We can have a little chat, just the two of us girls. So, Rosie. Can I call you Rosie? Beautiful name, by the way. Do you like flowers?
I used to sing at a bar. It was hardly a flower patch, but my nickname there stuck. Tell you what, though. Some customers came from miles away just to hear me sing.
My. So why is a pretty young songbird with a voice as sweet as a rose so thorny towards Lieutenant Gunther and all those others?
I just ain't trusting my back to a stinking dark hair is all.
Traumatic past experience with a darkson leave you bitter, maybe?
Think what you want. I got better things to do than sit around gabbing about him is all. You can put me down as allergic, yeah? Just chatting and I'm starting to feel sick.
Bet she'd spill the beans if you got her riled up enough. Maybe next time. Still, a veteran carrying a torch for his captain and a Darkson-hating chanteuse? They may be cranky, but they're characters.
That they are, Miss Ellet. That they are. So you've learned a little bit more about Largo and Rosie. That's why I love these additional episodes you can get if you spin the ducats or whatever they are, your funds to fund Miss Ellet. You can learn some additional little things about the characters, which are interesting. So Largo's a veteran, fought in the first European War. Remember, this is technically the second one. Oh, it's the second one now because the Empire declared war. What's his past with Captain Varrot? It seemed like he knew her real well if you call a superior officer like that by a nickname. So there's that. And Rosie apparently was a singer at one point? Maybe we'll uncover some more. And why does she hate Darkson so much? The people with the dark hair, if you hadn't picked up on that. They're treated, I guess you could kind of say, like second-class citizens. They're treated pretty poorly. And we'll find out more about that, about why as the game goes along as well. You can also find out some more, I think, if you go into the glossary tabs and look it up, which I do recommend. But we'll learn enough throughout the story. So some interesting characters. Maybe we'll learn more about Largo and Rosie as our adventure continues. Next up, let's have Ellet interview Isara Gunther.
Boo!
Oh, hello, Miss Ellet. How are you?
A little freaked out now. You didn't even bat an eye at that. You were staring at the sky pretty intently. Something up there we should know about?
I'd like to fly. Well, actually, I'd like to fly my brother.
Fly your brother? Care to expound on that? You don't seem the type to have her head in the clouds. It's very romantic.
I believe myself to be quite logical, really. Too logical, perhaps.
Okay, so if you don't mind my asking, how exactly are you and your brother related? Wait, let's leave that for now. How would you describe your brother as a person?
Welks is... objectively speaking, he can seem a little strange sometimes.
I see. Although I'm a little unsure of what that means, coming from you.
But he is a very kind person, and loyal. Anytime my heritage brought me trouble, he was the first to come to my defense.
I see. Sounds like you really love him, huh?
I would say I respect him a great deal.
Gotcha. Sounds like you lucked out in the sibling department then.
Yes, very much so. That's why I'd like to give him the opportunity to fly.
I'm still not sure I follow that exactly, but we'll leave that for another day. Thanks for your time. Next up, Squad Leader Gunther himself.
To fly, huh? That's interesting. But I would say those are Welkin's strongest points, like Alicia said. He's you know, caring and loyal. And I think that speaks extremely well for Welkin. Next up, the squad leader himself. Apparently, he has a second in command with him.
Hello, hello! you ready for your big interview?
Hello, Miss Ellet. Hard at work again, I see.
Didn't you already interview him before?
Oh, Alicia, I wanted to get in a chat with you today, too.
Wait, really? You're going to write an article about me?
I can't say whether it'll make the paper, but I do have some questions for you. You've been at Lieutenant Gunther's side since you left Brule. Tell me what he's like.
Wait a minute. You want to interview me about him? Well, let's see. We only met just a few days ago, but... he's a pretty interesting person. You never know what he's going to say next.
I see, I see. So, forget he's your boss for a second. What do you think of him as a guy?
What? I've never really thought about it. I don't know.
Is that so? Well, Lieutenant Gunther, care to comment in her place? Lieutenant, where'd he go?
Huh? Oh, sorry. There was just this crazy-looking bug. I got distracted.
See what I mean? He's an interesting guy, if unpredictable.
No kidding. Now, Lieutenant Gunther, I have a couple of questions for you. First up, how do you feel about this war, as the son of a hero from the First European War?
Same as anybody else, I guess. I want it to be over. Are people looking at me as the son of a hero? Well, maybe I am, but I'm still just me.
Okay then, let's talk about you. What are you fighting for?
I feel like the present world is made up of things we've inherited from the past. We get life and a home from our parents, knowledge from our teachers. And not just the good stuff. Take prejudice against Darksons. That's learned behavior. Every creature out there is trying to pass things along to future generations. I want to pass on what I think is right. I'm fighting for the ability to do that.
Thank you very much. That's all I've got for you today.
Great. We're done? I want to get back to that fascinating insect again.
Huh. You really hit the nail on the head. He's as entertaining as he is unpredictable. I was planning on moving along to the next squad after interviewing everyone in Squad 7. But I think I'll stick around and learn a bit more about you Sevens, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Just try to stay out of the combat zones, for your own safety.
I'm not making any promises. I go where the scoop takes me. That's just how I roll.
And that's one reason I like Miss Ellet so much. So, Welkin is interesting, if unpredictable. That's about right, too. But he's also full of some really deep knowledge. You could say that's one of the reasons that I enjoy Let's Playing. I want to pass on what I think is right. You know, tips and tricks for games, or just pass on my views of how video games can be positive. How we should all try to be just a little more positive. Even when things are going wrong. Which I try to do. I try to keep things really positive. And that's what I want to pass on. I want to pass on positivity to everybody. So that speaks to me. I guess me and Welkin kind of have some things in common in that regard. Looking at the time, I see the skirmishes kind of mimic places that we've already been. Vassal Riverside and the outskirts of Brule. There's easy and normal. Easy, this difficulty is suited for those not used to combat, and there's normal. This difficulty is suited to those accustomed to combat. What's going to change is the number of enemies, types of enemies, things like that. What we're going to do is I'm going to show it on easy, and then I might show it on normal. Let me see. I don't remember just how difficult the different ones are. Well, I think what I'm gonna do, you know, I take that back. I think next episode we'll do the skirmishes, because like I said, I do want to show off each skirmish once. So I think I'll do that next episode. What I'm gonna do for the rest of this episode is we're gonna go spend the money and EXP we have right now. So let's go to the headquarters, and we'll wrap up this episode that way. I really hope you enjoyed the Ellet embedded part. I know I really do, because it gives you some more insight on the characters. And like she said, she smells the scoop, so she's going to stick around Squad 7 for a while. I'm going to do the best I can, even if I have to run skirmishes a lot. I want to get those side Ellet interviews and things like that. That way you all can see them, because they really are worth it. Let's see. Let's go to the R&D facility first.
Welkin, bro! I'm stoked you're here, man. What can I do you for?
Hey, Leon. Let's see if there's some new weapons. There is. Accuracy boost. Gives the rifles a little more range and a little extra damage. It'll help out.
All set for you, bro. It's done.
Now, if you look, the rifle actually changed its look. It's got a longer barrel, a bigger clip, even though it doesn't have a bigger clip. It doesn't have more shots, but just I'm talking just aesthetically, just the look of it. It's got a bigger barrel. The clip looks bigger. It's really cool. I like you can see how the gun changes as you upgrade it. The mags didn't upgrade. The lances didn't. Oh, excellent. We're going to upgrade the sniper rifles for sure. They get a little more damage and some more range, so they can fire from even further away.
All set.
And you see, you can actually see the clip now. The rifle's just longer as well. It's just a longer sniper rifle. The grenade has no upgrades yet. Definitely, you should always check these first. I should have done this kind of backwards. You always want to check the uniforms first. You want your units to be able to have higher defense. So we'll get the uniform upgrade. And the armor upgrade for people that wear blast suits. There we go. Okay, that's that. Let's go to the Edelweiss. Body defense plus, so the Edelweiss can even take more. Can take more shots. There we go. Can take more hits, I should say. Tread defense, tread HP. We'll wait. Extra magazine, ammo +1. This is interesting. With this, you'll have an additional anything that has just one shot, like the mortar. So if you use the Edelweiss more than once a turn, you could fire the mortar twice instead of just once. This is useful. I might not buy it. I might just wait. Yeah, I'll save the rest of the cash.
Come back again soon, bro. I mean it, man.
Try to always keep your gear maxed out. Try to keep everything up to date. It'll really help you. If you don't have the money, again, go run a skirmish or two. Try to keep your stuff up to date. Let's go to the writing on the wall. See if there's anything new.
Hey, dropping by to read the writing on the wall? That's a good man. Oh, and how about the new rising star of Squad 7, huh? I've heard some wild stories. You must be proud. I couldn't help but snipe him with a pop interview. You'll have to read it once I get it all drafted up.
Militia claims Vassal Bridge. Gallia's militia, well, I just gotta ram that all together, huh? Brings home the glory. As the first operation in what is likely a full-scale counteroffensive, the 3rd Regiment claimed the Great Vassal Bridge, a vital trade artery, after routing the Empire's local defenses on the 14th. This officially frees Randgrease from the need to seal its walls. Rather than assail the Empire's bridgehead barricade, the militia opted to swim a tank across the river and attack from the rear. An unconventional strategy, to say the least. The drawbridge was then opened, dumping the rest of the defense force into the drink. The man behind this bold plan, Welkin Gunther, 22, is none other than the son of EW1 hero, Belgian Gunther. This acorn hasn't fallen far at all. I really like that it has the age in parentheses. I know if you're AP writer, at least I'm hoping I'm remembering this right. I mean, I did take a news writing course. I believe it's, you put it in, not in parentheses, but you put it in commas. So it'd be Welkin Gunther, comma, 22, comma, and then you go on with the rest of the story. I think maybe I'm remembering that right. Maybe I'm not. That news writing course was a few years ago now. But it's neat that they do have the age, because that is typically a writer will do that, will have the age. So it's just a little thing that I see that I really like. On the 20th, the Gallian forces in the north announced their retreat from the area. Though no details were given, the Imperial takeover of Fosen, keystone among the North Gallian industrial cities, is likely a chief cause. Capture of Forsen, a center for Gallia's Ragnite steel and oil refineries, struck a massive blow to the nation's productivity. Though the meeting among Gallian army leaders held the day word of Fosen's fall arrived, lasted well into the night. No official word has yet been issued to a specific plan for liberation of the city. So Gallia had to retreat there, but we did reclaim the bridge.
So, come to make a donation to the Get Ellet's Name on a Book Fund?
I would be happy to, Miss Ellet, as we continue on and new things open up.
Come back and...
Alright, let's go to the training field. And we'll end the episode here.
Welcome to your worst nightmare, maggots!
Alright, drill instructor. Okay. Let's max out the scout. Well, not max out the scout, get the scout to the next level. Let's up the snipers. I have enough for both the shock troopers and the lancers. So let's do that. And we'll start to work on the engineers. I tend to have the engineers last, even though they take the least amount of EXP. I guess that's why, because I always feel like I can catch them up. Maybe not the best idea, to be 100% honest, but it ends up happening with me. Let's spend the rest of the EXP. Now level up everybody once except the engineer.
Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the Lancers.
Okay, so the Lancers have some new potentials. No new orders, that's okay. And now I'll skip the War Cemetery since we have no EXP for there anyway. Alright. That'll do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lot of fun. Next time, we're going to check out the skirmishes, which I think will be interesting, so you can see those. And then depending on timing, how long they take, we'll go into the Culloden Wildwood. We'll start seeing those episodes. Probably won't get to the mission next time, but we'll start that. I hope you're enjoying all this extra stuff that I'm doing. It could be something I could do all off screen. I could spend the EXP off screen. I could do the upgrades off screen. I could, do all the skirmishes off screen. But I like to show all of that off as a Let's Player. That way, if you end up picking up this game and giving it a try, which I highly recommend, you won't be you won't be totally lost, and I hope that every little thing I show off helps. That's always my my goal. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lot of fun. Next time, we'll see the skirmishes. Until then, I'm Ep.9. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.